it's Stephanie from Youre Lovely, where we carry the largest selection of wood flowers in the United States. And today's Meet the Flower, oh wait, I was supposed to make you guess. I won't. Today's Meet the Flower is all about Thelma. Alright you guys, welcome back to another Meet the Flower. I already told you what it is. I messed up. It's alright, it happens. It's none other than Thelma! And yes, we also have a Louise. You cannot have a Thelma without a Louise. So there is a Louise, and at some point we will also do a Meet the Flower with Louise. But today is only about Thelma. She's a lovely rose that can sometimes uncurl slightly, but actually not that much. So that is super handy with this. So let's just dive in and we'll try a couple things with her, shall we? All right, who's ready to dye some Thelmas? I am. Now the one thing I will note, a little tip or trick, if you will. With this type of flower, there is the chance of it uncurling a little bit. I have found if you dry it upside down, typically you're just fine. It'll be just fine. You can also do a couple other things if it does uncurl, but for the most part, if you dip dye it and then put it upside down in some sort of like cup shape, which is why I always use the egg cartons, you should be good to go. So let's just give it a whirl, shall we? We'll just dye it in a couple different dip dye colors first. Now, I actually like to stretch it open a little bit. You don't have to if you don't want to. But I like how those look just as is. So I'm gonna be a daredevil and I'm gonna let it dry upright and we'll see what happens. I know it's gonna be just fine. You can also just kind of squish it in there. Do you see that? Squish it and you should be good to go. Let's do, will that create sludge? That's the question of the day. I think I might want to try something. Actually, here, I'll show you one thing that we can do. I'm not going to spray this down with any water. I'm just going to go straight in. And I'm going to gently pull back. And I've got paint on my fingers, so it's already changing the color. And I'm going to go in. And I'm going to start to add some color onto the bottoms of the petals. Because I'm concerned of it possibly uncurling, I am gonna spray some water, but I'm not gonna saturate it nearly as much as I've done in past Meet the Flowers. And some of this just comes with time and knowledge of playing with the different styles and figuring out which ones are going to be a little bit trickier to work with. This one's a little messier, for sure. And because of the way that the petals are curled, I'm reaching like the tops and I don't really want to. So I'm not loving this right now, but let's see what happens once we spray some water. Worst case, we just dip dye it, right? Worst case, we make it all better by that. But I'm gonna spray this down a little bit and see what happens. Yeah, it's all right. It's not my favorite, but let's try something. So I'm not loving this 100%. I mean, it's pretty. It's all right. It's all right. Just for giggles. Sure, we'll try yellow. We'll see what happens. The yellow is a little bit of a thicker paint. I watered down the Berry Blast. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I'm happy about that. Ooh, okay, yeah, I like that a lot. Then I'm gonna spray a little bit to loosen up some of that yellow. Okay, so the yellow we're using, this is Buttercup from our paint line. The purple is Berry Blast and the red is called Cherry. All right, I'm not mad about that. That's pretty cute. That's a fun little piece of dimension. Now you can tell, you see the difference, what we were talking about when it uncurls. Do you see how tight the triangles are on this one? And this one has definitely kind of flattened and opened up a little bit. This petal in particular has really there's some curl to it, but it's gotten a little bit flatter. Like I said, I'm not super mad about it. I actually really like how this is looking. And then I squish it in there a little bit, and that's gonna help hold the shape a little bit more so it doesn't flop open as much. All right, let's do, so we went in the centers and it was all right, but it wasn't great. Let's try, let's just try going right on the edges. I'm going on the top inner part of the edge and not on the back side. That's, I think, all I'm gonna do with this one. I might go in, kind of smush it, but it hasn't lost its triangles, so that's good. We'll leave it just as is. That's fun too. There we go. 3 different ways to work with the Thelma. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial all about the one, the only Thelma. And soon enough, we will bring Louise into the mix as well. So dip dyeing, super easy. I would suggest, again, some sort of cup to kind of hold it into place. It's gonna hold it nice and kind of compact in there. She can unravel though, like this one, the yellow unraveled a little bit. I'm not mad about it. I actually am completely fine with it. You can go back over and kind of tip it in a little bit, add a little glue to the underbelly of the flower if you want. You can just take that one right off. None the wiser. Actually, that's what we're gonna do. I do that a lot, actually. If I don't like a petal, she don't need to stay on there. You just gotta be careful not to cut the string that's holding all the rest of the flowers, but there you go. Now she's none the wiser. Nobody knows that I did that. And then you can also adjust them to open up or keep them nice and closed. I love me a Thelma. That's a good Thelma moment. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments. We'll answer those as soon as possible. If you're loving this channel, can't get enough, want to know when the next time we upload a video, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. To find out about the 150 style solo wood flowers along with craft supplies and greenery, go to ohyourelovely.com. But before you do, I might have something for you. Use the code YouTube30 to get 30% off your first order. All right, you guys, that's it for today. I will see you next week right here for another Meet the Flower. I'm Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and you, my friends, are absolutely lovely. Bye, guys.